Good afternoon, guys. It's Working, bringing you a quick update on Bitcoin. Hope you guys are having a wonderful afternoon. We're looking at Bitcoin to the US dollar. This is the 4-hour chart on Coinbase, guys. And last time we spoke, I'm going to zoom in here actually so you guys can see a little better. But last time we spoke, guys, Bitcoin was sitting right up in this zone here at about 3850-ish. I told you guys that we were operating within this larger wedge here, creating a series of lower highs, higher lows. We can see that the top of this ascending resistance line here has been respected numerous times. Technical hit here, second time, third time, fourth time, and a fifth time here just in the last 24 hours or so. So this is certainly a line that we're watching very, very closely. Of course, we have the ascending support line that's been in place for quite some time, going back to February the 14th. And so what I'm watching is as we approach the apex of any wedge, guys, you're looking for that larger move to come. And what I'm watching here, guys, is I'm looking at longs versus shorts. And looking at longs, they're slowly dropping off the board here. Looking at shorts, shorts are stacking without question. The market believes that price is going to go lower. Coming over here and looking at our volume, we'll refresh it. We're sitting at about 9.5 billion on the day. So a little bit of a drop off, but overall volume is still holding relatively strong. Again, relatively, it's not nearly where we'd like it, especially if we're looking at a reversal in the market. You know, we're not seeing that kind of volume, but we're definitely seeing a nice uptick in volume, guys, over the last 3 weeks, which is a bullish sign overall. That being said, guys, as I said, longs are excuse me, guys, throat is killing me here. Stand by, let me get a drink of water. Okay, sorry about that. All right, yeah, so as I said, got long slowly dropping, short stacking. I do think there's a good chance market makers may try to liquidate those short positions. So how are they going to do that? I wouldn't be surprised to see price come back down, retest 3,800. If you remember last time we spoke, guys, I told you that it looked to me like we were going to come back down and test at least 3,800, if not the bottom of this ascending support line. Price did break down, actually tapped almost perfectly at 3,800, coming down to, I think, like right around 37.95 or something like that. I got a little buy order filled there, guys, not much. I had buys stacked between 3,800 and 37.50, so I got a little bit of buy order stacked here, guys. Price came up, hit this resistance line, and I went ahead and got out. I didn't like the volume I was seeing. I didn't like the posture that price was coming up, so I went ahead and got out of that trade, made a little profit, not much, but not much at all, actually. You know, as I said, I'm being a little more conservative, guys, because in my opinion, this is going to break hard, or has the potential, especially given the volume that's behind it, has the potential to break hard. And with shorts being stacked the way they are, guys, I do think market makers might try to drive price up, even if we come back down here, test 3,800 again, which I think is a real possibility. Might try to drive price up here, but I'm still betting that if and when that does happen, we do still have this very, very strong resistance here at 4120 to 4,000. I do think that price is very likely going to come up here, hit this 4,000 to 4120. As I told you in my last video, I'm going to be looking to short somewhere between that zone, assuming that if we do come up here, assuming that longs start to stack, shorts start drop off the board, which I would assume that we're going to hit these stop losses on those shorts, so shorts would start to drop, and I would also assume that longs might start to stack here. If that does happen, I will absolutely short the market here. Now, if for some reason price breaks up and we get some anomaly where shorts start to, as price comes up, people start to stack, and we see longs just basically stagnant or even dropping as price comes up. You know, if we see some people taking profit on a long position, if that happens, guys, I will not short this area. But if price comes up and we see the typical long stacking, shorts falling off, hitting stop losses, I will short absolutely between 4,000, stack my orders between 4,000 and 4120, targeting 3,800. Zooming in on the daily chart, guys, we had yesterday's candle was fairly bullish, guys. We had what looked like we may have hit bottom. As I said, we came down, hit that 3,800, had a nice bullish looking candle, and today we've got no follow through at all. Again, respecting this descending resistance line here. In fact, we've only got like an hour, like something like that, left in the day here. So I'm expecting this candle to more than likely close bearish, not take out this high, which again would negate yesterday's candle here, and would very likely tell me that we may come back down here and retest 3,800. If we do test 3,800, guys, I may go ahead and enter into a small position there again. Well, again, it'll depend on how things are going, because even if that does happen, guys, or even if we drop down here to about 3770, 3775, I would expect it to hit off this zone and come back up, and I'm looking for a possible retest of 4,000. Now, does that mean that has to happen for that short? This is where, again, this is where I'll be looking for that short. Now, does that mean that has to happen? Absolutely not. As I said, we are reaching the apex here. Things are getting a little unpredictable. We're getting a lot of mixed signals in the market here. And so overall, guys, there's a very good chance this thing could just end up breaking down. If this thing does break down, guys, I'd watch for a possible bear trap where price breaks down. Everyone thinks that this thing is coming down to at least 3,400, 3,250, somewhere thereabouts, and we get a little reversal right back up. And I would expect that to possibly happen somewhere around this candle here, if not this prior low here. So somewhere between about 36, somewhere around 36.50. This is where I'm going to be looking for a possible reversal. If we do break down below 36.50, I think it'll be a very quick drop to at least 35.50. There is a lot of support down here at 35.50 here, guys. And if you are looking for a very quick scalp trade, possibly 35.50, scalping it back up to even 3600, 3650, for maybe a 1-2% gain, guys. But that's about it. That's the only thing I'd be doing, guys, because knowing that if 35.50 breaks down, it'll be a very quick drop to 3400 at least, if not 32.50. And remember, guys, I hate to do this to you, but for those of you that missed my prior videos, and for those of you that haven't missed my prior videos, just to keep you guys grounded a little bit, here's your weekly or your daily cure for FOMO. Looking at the weekly chart, guys, we are still in this extremely bearish downtrend, guys. Looking at this bearish pennant, and again, guys, if that bearish pennant gets validated, we're going to be looking at a $3,000 to $2,500 Bitcoin. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen, guys, but it's a very real possibility. I'm not going to bore you. I've said this. I'm tired of beating a dead horse on this, guys, but I just like to keep you guys updated, especially for new viewers, kind of so you know what I'm thinking. The overall posture is still extremely bearish at the moment until we do take out this major resistance between 4,000 and 4,120, the top of which is 4,120. Decisive break above that. Again, by decisive, I mean a daily candle both opening and closing above 4,120. If and when we see that, then that's going to change my analysis, guys, and I'll start to turn extremely bullish. Until we see that, guys, probability does favor another drop. All right, zooming in on the 4-hour, guys, we can see that the 821 and 55-day EMA, as well as the 50-day moving averages, are all converging on each other. That's relevant because that typically, anytime you see these moving averages and exponential moving averages converging at this rate, guys, that does signal that the market is getting ready to move. Now, we are seeing the Bollinger Band slowly start to bottleneck. We're not getting nearly the bottleneck that I would typically expect to see with these moving averages and exponential moving averages so tightly converged on top of each other. Still, though, this would suggest a larger move could literally come at any time. All right, let's zoom out on the daily chart. Zooming out on the daily, we are still above our 21-day EMA. That is still a bullish sign, guys, and if that does hold, again, that would be an extremely bullish sign. A break below the 21-day EMA, guys, as I always tell you, that would signal a massive, and I don't mean just a break like we had here. I mean a decisive break. By decisive, I mean a daily candle both opening and closing below the 21-day EMA, not here where we just had a close and the next day we immediately saw the candle push right back above. I want to see a candle, I don't want to see, but if we see a daily candle both opening and closing below this 21-day EMA, in my opinion, that is going to be a very good sign that the market is now shifting and we're very likely going to be coming much lower. I'd be looking for support, again, somewhere around this 50-day moving average, right around, or as of now, that's just sitting somewhere around 3650-ish, somewhere thereabouts. We break below that 50-day moving average, guys, and I do think we're going to come much lower. Zooming back into our 4-hour RSI. 4-hour RSI, we can see that we're getting a series of lower highs, higher lows, and that does suggest, guys, as we're as we get that consolidation series of lower highs, higher lows here, guys, again, even on the RSI, suggesting that the market is getting ready to move in one direction or another. It does suggest that we're looking at a larger move to come here very shortly. I would say in the next 24 to 48 hours, if not sooner. All right, we'll wrap Bitcoin there and very quickly look at EOS, guys. EOS is looking a lot more bullish than Bitcoin. In fact, if I come out here on the daily chart, guys, we can see that when we broke up above, we took out this area of resistance right here, right at that $3 range, and then just tore above 315 here. Of course, we've had our correction as expected, guys. In fact, it's almost, I don't like Elliott wave in low volume markets, and even though we've seen a nice little uptick in volume overall, this is still a very relatively low volume market, guys. That being said, it's hard to ignore this this nice little structure that we are seeing in the market here. In my opinion, we're looking at something like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, just a nice little 5-wave up structure here with EOS. And the last time it went on a tear, this is kind of how it started off, guys. And again, seeing a lot of structure in the market if this is in fact an accurate count. And again, take this with a grain of salt. I'm not saying that it is. I do not like Elliott wave in low volume markets, but we could be looking at something like this. We had our ABC, and now we're starting our what would be a primary wave 3 or a wave 1 of a sub-wave 1 of our primary wave 3 here. That's a real possibility there, guys. In fact, let me get rid of this and clean this up just a little bit. In fact, we can see that we're consolidating here within a wedge series of lower highs, higher lows, just like Bitcoin reaching the apex. That would suggest a larger move to come here. And if I look at this overall, if I measure this as my 5-wave structure up and I go here, swing low, swing high, we can see that we had a perfect, literally almost to the penny, perfect hit right here on the 618 fib level there on that golden ratio there, guys. So that's, again, a very, very technical hit up. Price came up here, guys, and it looks like we found some resistance right there at that 382, and then coming right back down here, looking like it's very close to the 50, not quite, but certainly bouncing off our known support at $3.40 there. So let's see if we can continue up here as we approach the apex here with EOS. Wouldn't bet on it. In fact, I'm not trading this at all. I know EOS is going to follow Bitcoin very likely. And so this is kind of a no trade zone for me until we get some kind of a confirmation. If we do end up breaking up, I'd be watching for a possible bull trap right here at about $4. I think we do need to clear well above $4 before we can start to get a little more comfortable and call that a nice breakout to the upside. To the downside, guys, I'm going to be watching this 315. That 315 again is right there at that 618 fib level, guys. So if price breaks down, watch out for a bear trap. Price hits 315, reverses course, and comes right back up there, guys. So all things that I'm watching as we approach the apex here for EOS. But again, EOS does look like it's getting ready to move, very, very similar to Bitcoin. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things there, guys. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. As always, I would appreciate an upvote if you have enjoyed this content. Till next time, guys, please trade safe. Take care of yourselves. This is Working. Signing out.